I'm kind of sick of this story. I think everybody is. But NBC this morning did a pretty big story on Howard Stern. Like, where's Howard Stern? Mm-hmm. Stephanie Goss did it. And they did not include that Howard was at a Metallica show for SiriusXM in the Hamptons last night.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, a lot of celebs were there. There was a picture of him just standing there.
He never leaves the house for anything. He won't go into Sirius to do his show live in the studio, but he'll go see Metallica.
Well, not only that, wasn't he supposed to start his show 2 days ago? So yeah, I guess he's okay. So did he do a show today? I mean,
no,
if he's out last night?
No, they're doing a show September 8th. That's his comeback. This is so fucked up. This is crazy.
I think this is a negotiating thing with him. I really do.
It might be.
It has to be.
But I have to say, the more I think about this, I'm surprised it didn't dawn on me sooner. A radio show that works 110 days a year, 3 days a week, takes summer completely off, and employs 95 people is absurd. There's no way. That can't continue. I can't believe it's gone on this long.
Well, unless there's 10 million people subscribing and the money's just flowing in, but that's not what we heard.
Not the case.
Well, that's interesting. So Bank of America has a conference, I guess, where heads speak, and one of the heads there yesterday was Scott Greenstein, the president and content officer of SiriusXM, and he was basically blowing Stern about how important he is, and we love him, and he's a lightning rod. He brings attention to our platform. But to re-sign him, it's going to have to make sense. In other words, he's going to have to accept the amount of money we want to give to him. But there's other little things that he dropped in here that I thought were really interesting. He said, so Howard, for all these years and right up until now, is as important of content, single piece of content as we have from the sense of being a lightning rod to get awareness, blah, blah, blah. So he's blowing
on a lightning rod.
But then he says, when evaluating whether or not to sign new talent or renew deals, Greenstein added that the company looks at factors such as hours listened, ad revenue, social media, and publicity, as well as the broader idea of what the individual means to the service or that particular genre. So what, ratings don't matter?
That's a really weird answer.
Hours listened is the first thing he mentioned in ad revenue.
Well, hours listened would be ratings, technically, I guess.
I would think that would be it, though. That and ad revenue, right? Who cares about the social media
ad
or the
revenue
publicity?
is the most important part.
If people
you just have to have the content.
And then this guy
except when you pay to subscribe to Sirius, I mean, when you have that many people paying,
which is
if they were for him, which I don't think they are.
Yeah.
Well, this guy acted like people are still coming to them because of Howard. I think that's debatable. But then he points out what a home run they've hit with Stephen A. Smith, especially now that he's dabbling in politics, and how great that's been for them. And then he specifically points out because of their podcast revenue from the Stephen A. Smith show. Howard doesn't really podcast outside of the app, right?
No, he's made fun of podcasting for the last 10 or 12 years. I can't make any money podcasting. I mean, he sounds so stupid.
Do you think that's the rub? Do you think they want?
Yeah, definitely.
I wouldn't
They're probably
be surprised.
One of those. We want to be totally digital.
Of course, they would want him to do a podcast. I would think it'd be understood he would do one, but maybe he's just because he's been such a dick about podcasting.
It seems like such a simple transition. Why wouldn't he?
I don't know.
I think I know why. Because in the podcast world, he is going to be, you get actual numbers of views, downloads, etc., and he will show up on the 200, and he will not be anywhere near the top.
You don't want to be quantified week after week.
I don't know. Am I giving him too much credit? Would he think that hard about it? He probably would.
I think he would.
I'm fascinated, too, about the 95 people that work there. If they're so talented and they want to do great work, why are they rotting away at that show? I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
It's been
because they like working half the time.
Sort of a gilded prison up until
golden
now,
handcuffs,
right?
yeah.
But if you really thought you were great at something, would you want to be rotting away on that show that works 3 days a week?
You have to bust out on your own
and take a pay cut.
Yeah, they don't get paid that well, do they?
That's a good point.
I'm not sure,
and they're probably not going to get more. They're probably going to get less.
But you never hear. Yeah, it's going to be less, if anything. You never hear evidence of their great talent on that show anymore. Anyway. It made me think of, I'm starting to just group all these things together that are dinosaur-ish, like the 20 writers for the Colbert Show. What do the 20 writers, what do they do? 5 hours a week, 20 writers.
Yeah.
I can't.
The late night writing rooms have always been
several
big.
people deep, because you have people writing different kinds of jokes. Just so that it
submit them, and
I understand why they have it, but it's a dinosaur now.
Well, Mark,
they just can't make money.
Seth Meyers, we talked about his writers before. Do you know how many he has? He only talks about a few of them.
I think he's got maybe
He's got 5 or 6.
Well, at least I thought he had a little more than that.
Okay.
Oh,
So, yeah, you can make do. I got to tell you, Colbert definitely can make do with less because those jokes just aren't funny.
No, and they're not that many, but.
Hey, I'm just trying to make my nut, man.
You know, as much fun as Howard's made of podcasting, the difference is just so astounding. 95 people for one radio show. You've got probably hundreds of podcasts that have 10 times the audience he has, and they have like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's just insane. So I don't know how I don't know how they're going to get out of this.
But how many faders does he have on his board?
He could
I bet he's got a lot.
He could get by with 8, I think.
No, you're right. You're right.